Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So in today's head-to-head comparison, we're going to take a look at the 2024 Lexus IS350 F Sport and the 2024 BMW 330i. These both have a very similar MSRP. They're both luxury-focused sedans, but they also have a lot of differences to them as well. So for today's video, let's start off with the Lexus. For the IS350, this starts right around $43,000 and of course can climb up with options. This is powered by the 3.5 liter naturally aspirated V6 with 311 horsepower, 280 pound-feet of torque. For the BMW, starting MSRP is $44,500, so slightly more. This is powered by a 2-liter twin-power turbo 4-cylinder with 255 horsepower, 295 pound-feet of torque. Now, both of these sedans are available in rear-wheel and all-wheel drive, so of course that will increase the price if you go with the all-wheel drive system. We have a curb weight of 3,700 pounds for the BMW, 3,800 pounds for the Lexus. So 0 to 60 is going to be 5 seconds, closer to 5.5 for the Lexus. So interesting to see that we have a quicker BMW here. And then as far as MPG goes, Lexus is at 20 in the city, 28 miles per gallon on the highway, and then 25 and 34 for the BMW. Now, as we work our way to the exterior styling, we have a much different look. You'll notice it's a little bit more subtle on the BMW with the kidney grille. There's also brushed accents for this model. Now, if you get the M Sport package, it will black everything out. This also has active grille shutters. There's parking sensors, LEDs for all of the lighting, and then even some cutouts here with gloss black accents in that lower section. For the Lexus, we have a much larger grille with that hourglass design and then gloss black for this entire front. This, however, has the sensor along with the forward-facing camera. So you do have that. That is an option for the BMW, so that will drive up the price, of course, a little bit more. But for today's video, it's just on the Lexus. We also have those dark housings for the LEDs, and then some subtle lines that come down the hood for both. If we had the gloss black grille, it might look a little bit nicer in my opinion, but the brushed aluminum does look great too. Now for the side, you do have a few different wheel options for the BMW. For the Lexus, this is the only wheel option that I have seen. Really nice design to it though, and the two-tone for the BMW there. Now both of these have a two-tone design for the mirrors with the turn signal there. You'll have a camera for the Lexus there, and again, you can get that 360 camera for the BMW. Sunroof up top for the Lexus. And then as we look at the sides now, a little bit different of a design, of course. We have some really nice lines for the Lexus, a little bit of gloss black in that lower section, and then that line just in front of the rear tire, where it's a little bit different design for the BMW there. But I think they both have a good look to them, nearly identical, but we have a few different curves. In back for the BMW, there's the dark housing for these LEDs. You get the backup camera, all the sensors, dual exhaust. You can also get remote start as well, and then this has the power trunk. Now when you open this up, there's a little bit of storage on that left side, no storage underneath the floor. You get a bin on that side, and then you can also fold down the back seats. So if you need a little bit more storage, you have that additional practicality, and then you can close and lock the vehicle with the controls in back. Now for this Lexus, this has the gloss black spoiler on the trunk, more gloss black and a little bit darker design, especially with that bar that runs right through. There's the backup camera, all the sensors, dual exhaust as well, and then the entire lower section of that bumper is finished off in gloss black. Now for this model, we do have the release, but this is not power operated. And then in back, you'll notice we do have a good bit of storage. The back seats do fold down, however, you can't do that from back here, so you do have to walk around. And then if we lift up the carpeting here, you do get some storage under the floor. So you do have a spare tire in the Lexus versus the BMW. And so we have a grab handle up top, and it's very easy to close that. So nearly identical as far as their storage goes. Now as we work our way to the interior, there's no proximity sensor or anything on the door handle, so you can't unlock it from the back doors. Now on the interior, you have a lot of different color options. This one is finished off in the solid red. There's no storage in the lower section of the door, which is really interesting to see. But you just have your window, your side mirror adjustment, and then this is how you can fold down the seats, which is of course great. Now as I hop into the back here, we have the entry and exit where the seat slides back, so it is a little bit farther back, but at 5'10", I'm still comfortable. There's this bulge in the middle though. There's air vents in the middle too. You have the armrest along with cup holders. And then at my height, 5'10", I have maybe ½ inch, if that, above my head. I can sit up almost right where I hit the back here if I'm all the way up. It's a little bit on the smaller side, same with the 3 Series there, but it's nice. I could be in the back. It might be a little bit tight with 3 people back here, but it's definitely doable for its smaller size. Now, as we work our way to the BMW, this does have the proximity door handle, so you can unlock and lock it from the back. Now for this interior, again, different color options. We do get storage in the lower section. You have your window controls, ambient lighting, and then that brush trim accent there. And then at 5'10", a little bit more space. You get all of your climate adjustments with auxiliaries down below with those air vents. In the middle, you have the armrest and cup holders, so very similar. However, you can fold down this middle seat here to gain access into the back. And then at my height, 5'10", a little bit more than ½ an inch. When I put my head all the way back, I don't hit the headliner there. So a little bit more spacious. With 2 other people here, it's still going to be a little bit tight, but it's still doable for full-size adults. Now up front, this door panel is going to have memory seating adjustments. You have your power folding side mirrors, window controls, trunk release, and that storage there. Automatic seats with the 1 manual adjustment there. Now I have full reviews on both of these vehicles, so I'm going to go through this pretty quickly. If you want to see more details, definitely take a look at those separate videos. We have the leather steering wheel, which is heated, cruise control, you have volume and tuning, you have the digital gauge cluster where you can go through quite a lot. So you have all this content, you have a few different layouts, and then you even have the head-up display, so you can go through those as needed. You have your headlight adjustments, and then the large curved screen. So it's essentially 1 screen here, but we have the split design there. You have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, all of these apps, interior lighting. You have different shortcuts to your music, phone, and nav. Climate adjustments are always fixed. This model has heated seats. You can get ventilated seats as well as an option. And then you have your temperature adjustments there. You have power and volume. You have different trim accents that you can get. So you don't have to get the gloss black, which I know a lot of people aren't a fan of. You do have wireless charging, cup holders there, shortcuts for that screen, so you can use those down below. If you get the 360 camera, of course, you will get a top-down view with different angles. And then you have drive, you have the paddle shifters as well. And then you have a few different driving modes too. So just depending on how you'd like to drive, you can put it into these different settings here. You get auxiliaries in the center armrest, as well as plenty of space in the glove box there. Garage door buttons are also up top, and then the sunshade and sunroof are power adjusting. So you have that control right here to be able to do that. And then pretty good look over that right side. Same with the left side. You have a lot of glass back there, so you can easily see around. I think it's a nice layout. I know a lot of people aren't a fan of that huge screen, but I think it's integrated nicely and it gives you a lot. But if you're not looking for that newer screen, you can go a little bit more old school with the Lexus. Now for this door panel, you do have the memory seating adjustments. No power folding side mirrors though. There's all of your window controls. The trunk release is located in there, so it's not on the door panel. You have the same automatic seats, no leg support however for this model. And then as we start this one up, we have a really nice design for the steering wheel. There's paddle shifters. You have your same Bluetooth controls, except we have the distance pacing for the cruise control there. And then for the gauge cluster, a little bit more subtle. So we can go through all of this, and you can even slide the tack over. So you have a little bit of info that you can go through on the one side there. And then you can scroll through all of this. You can look at some of the standard safety features, and then when you're done, you can put the tack back in the middle and you are ready to go. Now on this left side, you have a view button for that camera system. So you can pull this up, you can pause it, you can even adjust the angle that you would like. So you can have that going. You get automatic headlights, trunk release there, no head-up display, and then you have the touchscreen system here where you can bring up some info on that right side and keep info on the left. Now you do have the controls down below, so you can pair your phone, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, go through a few other settings, get into your climates as well. Not quite as much as the BMW, but again, if you're looking for something a little bit more simple, it still gives you everything you need. You get a clock, all of your climate adjustments, a CD player is still in the IS models. This model gets the heated and ventilated seats, heated steering wheel. You do get a few different driving modes as well, so you can go through these as needed. You get a snow mode, auto hold. Here is the backup camera. Now, if I put it into drive, that will automatically pop up and you can adjust that as needed. You get some auxiliaries in the armrest there. Plenty of storage in the glove box, garage door buttons up top, and then we have the manual adjusting sunshade with the controls for the sunroof and the sunshade. I would say it's about the same as far as visibility goes. Pillars are nearly identical for both of these, so it's really hard to tell if there's any differences in their visibility. But that is a look at the exteriors and the interiors for the Lexus and the BMW. Let's get both of these out on the road and see how they compare. So we'll start off behind the wheel for the IS350 F Sport. This is a vehicle that I get to drive a lot, and I think this is a really nice sedan to go with. A lot of people like it because it has that NAV6. With the F Sport 2, you get the F Sport tuned suspension, you get the wheels, you get some of the badging. Everything else is pretty much the same compared to a non-F Sport, which are really hard to find. A lot of people get it with the F Sport package, and it's a lot of fun to drive. It's got a good bit of power, so as we accelerate there slightly, even in the automatic setting, it sounds good too. And it's a fun vehicle. It's something that if you want that reliability, you are going to get that with Lexus. This is an engine that is going to last you a long time. So this is a vehicle that's going to be easy to maintain. It's going to be reliable. It's also going to be fun to drive. Now with the F Sport tuned suspension, it still gives you a good ride. It's not harsh like a racetrack setup. It's something that is going to make it handle well, but it's going to give you a nice driving vehicle, something that you can absolutely daily drive. Super comfortable as well. Not a whole lot of tech to go through either, which makes it nice. You know, it's just more of a driver's car. You just hop in, you don't have a lot to go through, maybe pair your phone, and then you're ready to go. Shifts are also very smooth too, so it gives you that luxury feel. So you get luxury, you get reliability, you get a very fun vehicle. A lot of modding potential for these as well. So now let's hop into the 330. And behind the wheel now for the 330i. We'll give it a small acceleration here. Now I know these are quick test drives, but again, you can check out the full detailed reviews where I've put quite a lot of miles on both of these sedans throughout those review videos. But behind the wheel now for the 330i, very nice vehicle. You can get the M Sport and M Sport Pro package for this. That will drive up the MSRP, but it's going to give you a little bit different suspension as well. Some of the exterior cosmetics, very similar to the F Sport package, but you do have some more options to go through with the 330 here with BMW. But we also have the different driving modes as well. You can put it into the manual setting as well. And as you can tell, we have a larger screen, a little bit more luxury focused, I will say, compared to more of the basic Lexus. And that's not good or bad, just depending on your preference. Both of these also have a really good turning radius. I didn't mention that in the Lexus. But for the 4-cylinder and the 330, that's the biggest difference between both of these. We don't have a larger engine. Now, if you wanted to, you could go with the M340i to get more power. It would be an inline 6 versus the V6, but you could also argue with the Lexus, you could go with the IS500 if you wanted even more power. But we have the naturally aspirated engines from Lexus and the inline 6 or turbos from BMW here. But it's a nice driving vehicle, very nice and comfortable. This is something that is going to be well refined, not quite as reliable as Lexus. BMW is still in the top running for its reliability. Any car, you know, could have the potential to have issues. I do own a BMW myself. I don't really have any problems or issues with it, but it's not a vehicle that you necessarily want to own outside of the warranty. The Lexus is going to be very reliable and something that you can have for a while. You can do that with a BMW as well. Just some problems may occur that you just have to be ready for. But aside from that, it's a really nice vehicle, very smooth and comfortable. Not quite as sporty as the F Sport unless you get the M Sport package and all of that. So you have a few different options with both of them to get the vehicle that's going to handle and drive the way that you would like it. So back from the test drive now with the BMW 330 and the Lexus IS350 F Sport. Both of these are very fun sedans to drive. They're not the most performance oriented, but they do get some of the performance and handling characteristics if you want a vehicle that is going to be a little bit more sporty. With the 330 that we have right now, without having that M Sport package, not quite as sporty, but again, it is an option. F Sports come with that suspension, so it's going to give you those handling characteristics and just a really nice, fun sedan to drive for either of these. So it really just depends on what you're looking to get out of your vehicle, which interior you like, which engine you like. There's a lot of differences, of course, between both of these, except they do have similar MSRPs depending on how you spec them. So comment down below, are you going with the BMW 330 or the Lexus IS350 F Sport? Let me know. Give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.